Om 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 Namaha Om Saraswatyai Namaha Om Om Namaha अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे with the blessings of Bhagavan Krishna and all Acharyas, let us churn the butter, which is essence of Gita, through churning Geetarjanam in the buttermilk, which is focused mind. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Geetarjanam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Geetarjanam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Geetarjanam. So, avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryo ayamuchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanu shochitum arhasi. That is what Krishna is telling Arjuna again and again. He is giving clear description about what Atma is, who you are, who everyone in the side of the enemy, everyone is originally Atma. Here he is telling more about Atma. Avyaktoyam. It is invisible to the physical eyes. Atma is invisible to the physical eyes because it is unmanifested. It is not having any form for us to perceive. Achintyoyam. Not only that, we can't even conceive through the mind what that Atma is. Avikaryoyam. And it is unchangeable. Unchangeable. The mind is changing every second. And Atma is unchangeable. Avikarya. There is no vikara for it. Whereas mind goes through it. How can the constantly changing mind conceive what Atma is? So it's not possible. Tasmat evam viditvainam. Even after knowing this, I have told you in so many different ways, in different shlokas, in spite of knowing that, nanu shochitum arhasi. It's not proper for you to grieve. About what? About the body. Grieve for the killing of the bodies. Because everyone is nothing but Atma. So, not only physically, even mentally, we cannot perceive or conceive. Because Kathopanishad says, the objects of senses which are formed by the combination of 5 elements are beyond the senses. And also, subtler than those objects is the mind. Subtler than that mind is the intellect, buddhi. And subtler than that is this Atma. It is the subtlest, which is all pervading. When it is that, how can a material intellect or the material mind, which is limited to this manifestation, can understand avyakta, unmanifest Atma? It is that subtle, Arjuna. That is what you are. That is what he is. That is what he is. Everyone is just that Atma. But Arjuna is still like Bhandasura. In Lalita Sahasranama we have studied Bhandasura. Who is that Bhandasura? Bhanda is one who is stubbornly ignorant. Stubbornly ignorant. When that stubbornly ignorant behavior or concept, notion becomes stronger and stronger, wider and wider in a being, that being converts himself as Bhandasura. So in a way, not only Arjuna, all Jivatmas, we are all Bhandasuras. Because we are stubbornly sticking to that notion, I am the body, I am the mind, in spite of Krishna telling it in so many verses. Bhandasura. So still Arjuna is fighting to understand what Krishna is telling because his mind is not opened yet. Atha chainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shojitumarhasi. So, looking at the reaction of Arjuna, Krishna is again telling, Atha chainam, even if you think, even if you don't believe in what I'm saying, on your own, even if you think, however, that nitya jatam, that soul is constantly taking birth, even if you think like that, or va nityam manyase mritam, and even if you think Atma dies. That means there is birth and death constantly to Atma. Tathapi, even then, even if you have that thought in you, even then, Tvam Mahabaho, you, the great, mighty armed Arjuna, Naivam Shochitumarhasi, even then you should not grieve. See how carefully, intelligently, smartly Krishna is closing up the topic on Atma and Deha in such a way that he's closing up all loose ends and making it firm and strong in the mind of Arjuna. So he's giving him the chance to believe what he's thinking right now because he has been carrying himself as that notion. So he might be having that doubt still. So even if you think Atma has birth and death, even then you should not think so much or grieve. There is no chance for you to grieve. Why? On what basis he is telling that? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmadapariharyethe natvam shochitum arhasi. Arjuna, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. For a person who is created, who is born with a body, death is certain. He has to go through the death. Dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. And for the dead person, again taking birth is also dhruvam. Dhruvam means it is certain, for sure. Tasmat, and because of that, for that reason, apariharyethe, there is no solution for this. It is inevitable. If you have already taken a body and you have been born, you have to face the death. And if you have died with the vasanas, again you have to take birth. It is inevitable. Apariharyete. When it is inevitable, there is no point in grieving about it. So this we should apply it in our life for so many problems which we face. If it is a problem, there has to be solution. Only when there is solution, it is a problem. So when you are seeing something as problem, for sure we should know that there is a solution and work for the solution. When there is no solution for that problem, then we have to accept it as a pure fact and no point in tripping about that situation. Accept, face it, and then cross it. So, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmat apariharyethe, natvam shochitum arhasi. In Patanjali Yoga Darshana, Abhinivesha, he describes what is that Abhinivesha? The biggest fear in a living being is death. The fear of death is the biggest fear. So, to find a solution for that fear, what do? All of us. The instinctive urge to survive at all cost. We apply that urge. Anyhow, somehow, I should survive. I fight for it. That is called Abhinivesha. Because we are under the notion that I am the body. If anything happens to the body, I am gone. Because of that notion, we do this Abhinivesha, which is instinctive urge or sense, which comes out automatically to save ourselves from death. But we are not understanding that death is only to the body. That too, it is like a pause. And surely I'm going to take another body if I am clinging on to some desires or some thing which I want to achieve. The mind will find for new body. So when I am on the journey of birth and death and birth and death, where is the necessity for me to feel the grief? So that's what he's telling. In Mahabharata, there's a beautiful story. When they were, Pandavas were in exile, one day, Pancha Pandavas felt so thirsty and they were not finding water anywhere. And Dharmaraya sends Bhima to bring water from a pond which was seen after a long time, long wait. So Bhima went to fetch the water, and when he was about to take the water, a yaksha came out of the pond and said, "You can't touch the water until you answer my all questions." But Bhima didn't heed, and he put his hand into the water to drink and to take to his brothers. And he was pulled by the yaksha into the pond. When he didn't go back for a very long time, Dharmaraya started sending one after another, all the four brothers. And all the four brothers didn't returned, and Dharmaraya went himself to see what has happened to them, why they haven't come back. Even he was about to drink the water, then Yaksha, who is none other than Yama, he asked the same question to Dharmaraya. You can drink the water only after answering my all questions. Otherwise, I will pull you into the pond just like I did for your brothers. Dharmaraya said, okay, you can ask me the questions. I will try my level best to answer you. One of the questions is befitting here. Yaksha asks, what is the most surprising thing in this world? What is most surprising? For that, Dharmaraya gave the answer. At every moment, everyone is seeing that people are dying. Every moment, people are dying. And the people who are alive, even though they are seeing this phenomenon happening, they don't even think about their own death. What else can be more surprising than this? So, to that extent, we are all clinging on to the body. We are not ready to give up. But it is inevitable fact which we have to accept. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. Dhruvam janmam mritasya cha. Tasmat apariharyethe natvam shochitum arhasi. Arjuna, there's no point in grieving about losing the body. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Avyaktadini bhutani. Bhutani is the one who is created, one who is born. That is avyakta. Before it is manifesting, it is unmanifested. In the middle, it is manifesting itself. Vyakta madhyani. After birth, we do see the manifested form. After death, avyakta nidhananyeva. After death, it is again avyakta, unmanifested. When that is the case, tatra ka paridevana? Where is the necessity for this grief? Why grieve? So when that unmanifestation, manifestation, unmanifestation, manifestation, unmanifestation, when it is going in a chain form, there is the necessity for us to think about only one vyakta, what I am right now. Because I will be taking another birth if the vasanas are very strong. So it is a cycle which will keep going on. Where is the necessity? See how beautifully he is telling, he is dispelling the cause of lamentation in respect of soul, Atma. For that, he has already given so many verses, Krishna. And then he also tackled in respect to the body. And now he's tackling both. When it is soul and the body in combination are manifesting. And it is that body which goes away. But there is that Atma all the time as unmanifested presence. Even when you are in form in the body, even then Atma is there. When the body is gone, even then Atma is there. So there is no reason for you to grieve. Come out of this despondency. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidena. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah. आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेदन चैव कश्चित्. So beautiful. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेन. Some people see this आश्चर्यवत् with so much of wonder. What the soul is, what is it? They see it with so much of wonder. They try to conceive and perceive through wondering about what Atma is. Ascharyavat vadati. Some others, with so much of wonder, they talk about it. Ascharyavat chainam anyah shrunoti. And with so much of wonder, they listen about what Atma is. Shrutvapyenam. Even after listening, Vedana chaiva kaschit. No one is able to understand what Atma is. See how beautiful it is. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidena. All great realized souls, because they have already experienced what that Atma is. They are realized souls, they have experienced. Though they are in the body, they are saying, oh. When they realize that Atma is what I am, not the body, not the mind, they see with so much of wonder. It is wondrous. When we see this world which is manifested, it is filled with so much of wondrous things. When we go to aquarium, there we see so many water animals which we wouldn't have even seen, or which we cannot even think of. An animal can be like this. So we all will be surprised to see those animals. Or when we go to planetarium, when they are describing so much about different planets and their movements and everything, we see it with so much of wonder. And that too, this world is changing every moment. So it is adding more wonder. If this manifested appearance of the world itself is so wondrous, so surprising, what can we say about the soul? It is much subtler, with so much of power to create the whole universe. That soul has so much intricate things which the realized souls, great masters, have experienced, and they are seeing it. Some other people talk about it. Gurus, the teachers, because they have experienced that wonder about Atma, they want to share it with all others. They want to wake us up by telling, this is what it is, this is what it is. You are not the body, you are not the mind. The whole universe is so beautifully projected. It is an appearance so beautiful. They want to share it. So they talk with so much of surprise and wonder. Ashcharyavat vadati, tathaiva chanyah, all others. And then, Ashcharyavat chainam anyah shrunoti. And all the disciples, students, ignorant people, we all listen to it with so much of wonder. Wow! That soul, even though it is unmanifested, it has so much of power in it. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. And all these things everything is going on through the mind and the intellect. But are we really touching, experiencing, understanding the soul? Krishna is telling so with flat words straight away. Shrutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. While others, even on hearing, they are not able to understand. Means what? The level of going deep into understanding, experiencing soul differs from people to people, person to person. At least few people, we listen to what that soul is with so much of wonder. But Shrutvaapyenam Vedana Chaiva Kaschit. There are some who are not able to understand even after listening. That is the least one can do. Shrutva, by listening. Even after listening, they are not able to understand. That type of people are also there. So indirectly telling Arjuna, wake up. You are that fourth type of person. Wake up. Listen to me. So, such a great teacher, Sri Krishna. And Arjuna, by being that Bandasura, by being like that, he is giving all of us a chance to know more details about Atma and Deha through that Jagat Guru, Sri Krishna, who is giving Geetopadesha. So we have to be thankful to Arjuna for being that. He was a good student, so he withstood whatever Krishna was telling. Dehi nityam avadhyoyam. Dehe sarvasya bharata. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhasi. Dehi, that is soul. Nityam, it is immortal. It is there. It is eternal, immortal. And where is it? Is it somewhere else? No, it is Dehe Sarvasya. It is there in everyone. See how encouraging and positive it is. Krishna is telling it is there in everyone, which is immortal, which is eternal, Nitya. Tasmat. So, and thus, Sarvani Bhutani, about all living beings, Natvam Shochitum Arhasi. There is no need for you to grieve. Wake up. There is no need for you to mourn. Wake up. He is telling him. So, Bhagavadgita, 18 chapters. Within that, Krishna is giving the essence of all Upanishads and the Mahavakyas. Of all the four Mahavakyas, he is straight away going into Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. That means soul, Brahman, Parabrahman. That is what you are. And he's telling each and every one of. Okay, let us sing the next 9 shlokas. Sharda, are you ready?
Yeah.
Swadharmam api chaveksha
Swadharmam api chaveksha
na vikampitum arhasi
na vikampatimarhasi
dharmyadhi yuddhatriyonya
dharmadhiyuddhatreyo na
kshatriyasya na vidyate
kshatriyasya na vidyate
yadrichaya chopapannam
yadrchaya chopapannam
स्वर्गद्वारम् अपावृतम्
स्वर्गद्वारम् अपवृतम्
सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ
सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ
लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्
लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्
लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्
लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्
अथ चेतमिमम् धर्म्यम्
अत चेत्तमिमं धर्म्यम्
सङ्ग्रहम् न करिष्यसि
सङ्ग्रामं न करिष्यसि
तथ स्वधर्मम् कीर्तिश्च
तथा स्वधर्मं कीर्तिश्च
हित्वा पापम् अवाप्स्यसि
हित्वा पापम् अवाप्स्यसि
अकीर्तिश्चापि भूतानि
अकीर्तिश्चापि भूतानि
कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम्
कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम्
सम्भावितस्य च कीर्तिः
सम्भावितस्य च कीर्तिः
मरणात् अतिरेच्यते
मरणात् अतिरिच्यते
भयात् प्रणात् उपरतम्
भयाद्रणाद् उपरतम्
मन्स्यन्ते त्वाम् महारथाः
मन्सन्ते त्वां महारथाः
येषाम् च त्वम् बहुमतो
येषां च त्वं बहुमतो
भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्
भूत्वा यस्यसि लाघवम्
अवाच्य वादांश्च बहून्
अवाच्य वादां च बहून्
वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः
वदिष्यन्ति तव हिताः
निन्दं तव सामर्थ्यम्
निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यम्
ततो दुःखतरं नो किम्
ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्
हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम्
अतो वा प्राप्यसि स्वर्गम्
जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम्
जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम्
तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय
तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय
युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः
युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः
सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा
सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा
लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ
लाभालाभौ जया जयौ
ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व
ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व
नैवं पापम् अवाप्स्यसि
नैवं पापम् अवाप्स्यसि
एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये
एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये
बुद्धिर्योगे त्वेमां शृणु
बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु
बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ
बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ
कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि
कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि
स्वधर्मम् अपि चावेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुम् अर्हसि धर्म्याद्धि युद्धात् श्रेयो अन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते Swadharmamapi chaveksha. Considering your duty, your own swadharma as a warrior, na vikampitum arhasi. You cannot waver. You cannot decide whether to get into the war or not. That is your swadharma. Again, he is reminding Arjuna what his swadharma is. Dharmyadhi, to uphold that righteousness. Yuddhachreyo, better option than war, to fight in the war. Anyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. No other option is better for a kshatriya. So, it is like twisting the ear and telling him straight on his face. Considering what your swadharma is, which is fighting in the war. It is not correct for you. It is not proper to waver, to uphold the righteousness. Fighting the war right now is the best option. There is no other option, but only this option to fight. He's telling it. Swadharma. If you look at it, when Krishna is telling a living being in this manifested world, no doubt is the combination of body, mind, intellect, and soul. So we can call it as body and soul. Swadharma. So there is Swadharma of body, Swadharma of soul. And we have to take care of both body and the soul as Swadharma. What goes naturally, smoothly to uphold that righteousness, what is correct to the body, what is correct to the soul. So in Swadharma itself, there are two kinds. Swa Paradharma, which takes care of the spiritual duties one has to perform. One has to put an effort towards knowing what I am, the soul. The spiritual evolution is part of every being. Because that is going on and on and on. We have come to this level after going through so many different species. After that, we have come to this Manava Janma as a human being. And I have to evolve from this as well. I cannot be just a human being. So for that, I have to have the knowledge of what that soul is, who I am in eternal reality. For that, I have to follow certain procedures, collect the knowledge through Guru, studying the scriptures, following some disciplines, surrendering oneself to that higher supreme. These are all the spiritual duties. Another is Swa Aparadharma. That is the duties connected with the body and the mind, which we all have to follow. And the duties prescribed in Vedas or in scriptures is according to the ashrama in which we are in, and also according to the varna, according to our capacity, what I can be, in what way I can be helpful for the whole world. So those duties also I have to carry on, both aparadharma as well as paradharma, using my swadharma. And this great Arjuna is stubbornly resisting to do both. And he has given up his Gandiva and sitting, saying, I'm not ready to fight. So Krishna is again and again telling him what it is. Yadrichaya chopapannam swargadvaram apavrutam sukhina kshatriyaha partha labhante yuddham idrisham. Yadrichaya, unsought, even though you have not asked for it, unasked, unsought. Chopapannam, you have got it. Having got this unsought, Swargadvaram apavritam, that opportunity which opens the door for you to go upward towards the Swarga. Sukhinah Kshatriyaha, all the Kshatriyas will be very happy, extremely happy. Labhante yuddham idrisham, to obtain war like these, idrisham, war like these. Because this is dharma yuddha, which is taking place, and the main purpose of this yuddha is to eliminate adharma, isn't it? Krishna, even before waging war or anything, the first thing he did was go for the Shanti Sandhana. But Kauravas were not ready for it, and they said, I am not ready to give even place of head of the pin. Even that amount of space I am not going to spare to these Pandavas. Only then Krishna said, then it is inevitable that we have to wage war. Be ready for the Yuddha. He said that and went back to Pandavas. So, Arjuna was not looking forward to do that wage war on Kauravas. No, not at all. But unsought, yadrichaya, without he asking for it, such dharma yuddha has come on your lap. And if you take part in this yuddha, the doors of the Swarga, heaven, will be opened automatically. And for a Kshatriya, what else can be better? They all will be so happy. And why you are not happy? Wake up, get up, stand up. So, even we would have experienced it in our life. When we get unsought opportunities, chances, or Aishwarya in so many different ways, how we feel. For example, even without applying or asking for lobbying, if an artist gets a chance to perform unsought in a highly prestigious organization, how that person will feel. That person, artist, is a fool if they reject it for some reason. It is not correct to lose that unsought, righteous chance which comes on our lap on its own. We should respect it. We should show our devotion to it, accept with joy, and just do the action. There is so much of joy in that. To say, no, I don't want, I can't do it, no, I can't come. To say no, there can be 101 reasons. We can give 101 reasons why I don't want. But only one reason is enough to get the benefit of doing it by saying, yes, yes, I will do it. Yes, I will come. Yes, I will accept. Once we say yes, automatically the deep mind will work for it, put full effort, and go further and accomplish it with success. But even without putting the effort, even without saying yes, in the beginning itself, if I say no, I don't want, I can't do it, can't, I don't know, I'm not. You're losing such a great opportunity to grow. So that Krishna doesn't want Arjuna to face. He wants him to say yes and do the work as a warrior. And then the benefit, whatever it is, will follow. But if he says no in the beginning itself, where's the chance of he accomplishing anything? He's losing the chance in the first step itself. This mistake many of us do with so much of fear of success. With that fear of success, we don't even put our hand into the first step. Let me try. We lose it. So, even as Krishna is telling, understanding the Swadharma, say yes and keep pushing yourself towards accomplishing it. That is the way of any successful person. And that's what he wants. And also, if we go little one more step to think about this point, Swadharma. Each person is born with a talent in one thing or the other, one thing or the other. So we should understand what is that skill or what I am loving to do. Once we understand that, we have to pursue it and go in that direction. When we love what we are doing, when we know that I can survive, I can come up, I can grow, without even a second thought, one should say yes and proceed in putting the effort in that time. Then, whatever be the occupation or the profession, career, one can come up in that when we know, when we have recognized, and when we love what we are doing. There is no looking back at all. And Arjuna, his well trained warrior, he has the knowledge of archery and also he is well studied the scriptures. In spite of all those things, for some emotional input by the delusion what he's having, he's giving up everything. So Krishna is not encouraging that Arjuna and he's trying to pull him out of that mindset. And Krishna certainly wants to see a big change in Arjuna's internal aspects, not the external action which he wants to do, that renouncing the war and getting away from it, that he doesn't want to see. He wants to see Arjuna changing internally, cleansing himself internally totally, so that he's able to see what he is, where he is, what is his action should be, what his action should be. अथ चेत् त्वमिमं धर्म्यं संग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापम् अवाप्स्यसि. And again, Krishna is twisting the ear by telling, Athachet, if however, Tvam imam dharmyam sangramyam, this righteous war, na karishyasi, don't get involved in this. If you don't fight in this righteous war, dharma yuddha, sangrama is war. Tatha swadharmam, then one's duty, kirtimcha, reputation, hitva, abandoning, you will incur nothing but sin. Papa. Papam avapsyasi. You will embrace nothing but the papa, the sin, by not fighting this righteous war. You are losing your reputation. Kirti will also be gone. What can we understand? The example straight away which comes to my mind is when we take up zoology as one of the subjects. In the very first few classes itself, they take us to lab to dissect the frog. Standing in front of the dissection board and the frog, seeing there. And if the student keeps telling, I don't want to dissect this frog, my mind is not allowing me to dissect this frog. If she says that, or if he says that, is there any meaning to it? That student has worked towards getting into zoology. Time, effort, money of her parents, the teacher, lecturer who is helping that girl, everything will get wasted. That person shouldn't have taken zoology in the first place. So, standing in front of the dissection board and the frog, if a person says, no, I'm not ready to dissect it because it is against my mind, it's not right. And Arjuna is standing in the same position. He's standing in the war field and he has given up. He's not even touching his instrument. How is it possible? So, Arjuna's occupation is to protect the subjects. But if he is not able to take out adharma from the kingdom, how will he be able to protect? So, from whichever view we see, Arjuna's point of argument is not holding good. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te avyayam sambhavitasya chakirtihi maranad atirichyate. So, akirtim chapi bhutani. Bhutani here means people. People kathayishyanti, they will keep talking about your akirti, your infamy. They will use bad words about you. They will say you are covered. You have deserted the war. What more can be bad? Bhutani kathayishyanti. Not just once they will say, people will keep talking about you forever and ever and ever. That is avyayam. Forever they will talk ill about you. They will keep talking about your infamy, akirti. Sambhavitasya, and you are that respectable person in the society. For that person, akirtihi, that infamy, as infamy, maranat atirichyate, what else can be greater than this death as infamy person? Arjuna, you cannot hide your cowardness or ill fame under the carpet. People will come to know and they will talk ill about you. And if they're all talking like that, how will you face them? That akirti which you are facing in the society is greater than the death. Physically, if you are dead, that is one thing. But you are alive and you are facing the death and death of your kirti. And people are talking constantly against you. Just put yourself in that position. People showing their finger, pointing at you and saying, these are the things you have done wrong. These are the things you have not done. It's really very humiliating and it is more than death. We feel like, Abba, why the death is not coming to me? Why am I still alive, hearing to all these words of people? I can't bear it anymore. Why death is not coming to me? One will feel like that. Do you want to go through that? Arjuna is waking up. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te avyayam. It is not that in the war field they will talk like that and get away from there and you can be happily roaming around anywhere. No, it won't happen like that. Till you give up your body, you will be hearing the bad words about you and your kirti. Are you ready for it? Sambhavitasya akirti maranad atirichyate. That for a respectable person in the society, hearing those words is more than death. Very humiliating. So, being in the royal family, respect is one of the most important things they give as status symbol. When Arjuna loses it, it is not going to do any good for his rest of his life. So, dishonor is worse than death. Bhayadranat uparatam mansyante tvam maharatah yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. And he's adding sentence after sentence to make him feel all the humiliation what he will go through if he doesn't do just in front of Krishna. Because Krishna is so gracious and compassionate and so friendly towards Arjuna, and knowing that only Arjuna and Krishna or conversing, Krishna is using free words to make him understand. See, these are all the things what will happen to you if you don't get up and fight. So what is he telling? Bhayad ranat uparatam mansyante tvam maharataha. All the great warriors, maharataha, who are all so powerful, they have so much of strength in them as 10,000 normal soldiers put together what they have, that this Maharata has. That type of Maharatas who are all present in your army, they all will talk. My goodness, Bhayat, with fear, Ranat Uparatam. He has vanished from the war field out of fear. He has run away. They will talk like this. Yesham chatvam, for whom you, Bahumato, highly esteemed, Bhutva, having been, Yasyasi Laghavam, you will earn disrespect or you will lose value in no time. Who has Arjuna, who has so much of high esteem among all these people. You will lose your respect among all these Maharathas who all look up to you. It is not correct on your part to leave the war field now and run away. They will not understand. These Maharathas who all know only how to fight, how to win, and how to move forward with so much of courage. That is what they are. And when they are looking up at you with so much of respect, and if you run away, won't they feel looking down upon you? Don't do it. They all will not think that you, out of your affection for those Bhishma, Drona, and Kaurava cousins, out of affection for them, you don't want to kill them. That emotion which you are having in your mind, people will not understand that. Straight away, they will say that you are covered. You have run away from the battlefield. So, they will not respect you anymore. See, it is so correct. The reason might be out of deluded affection, which is making him hesitant to get involved in the war. But people will read it in different way, not in that way at all. So, for us, what can we take from this Bhagavad-Gita, this shloka is, when we have taken up any work, any job, any project, any action, we have to see that we put our effort into it, finish it, only then we can say goodbye to that project. Halfway through, leaving it and going, the reason might be correct according to our own mind, but by and large, people will not be able to understand clearly. So just hold the mind and finish the job and come out of it. Krishna is really helping him. Avachya vadamscha bahun vadishyanti tavahitaha nindantyastava samathyam tato dukkataram nukim. Avachya vadamscha, all harsh words, bad words, not only from your own Maharathas and other great people, even your opponents, even the enemies will also talk ill of you. See, Arjuna has fought so many wars with even divine beings. He has fought with Shiva, who came in the form of a hunter, and he won. And thus he also acquired Pashupatastra. So when his greatness is so much, how easily he can lose all those things just by not getting into this dharma yuddha. Avachya vadamcha bahun vadishyanti. Many people will talk many bad words about you. Avachya means the words which should not be used at all. Those words they will use on you. Who? Even the enemies, just because you are running away. Samarthyam tato dukkataram. Nukim, what else can be more painful for a person who is brought down with defame or pulled down to pieces? Nindantastava. What can be more painful than that? To a person who has so much of samarthya, the might. It's not correct. Many times when we are deluded with our own emotions, with our own conception, we forget what we really capable of, and we take the opposite decision, and we hold back from getting into the action. So after studying this, we have to contemplate and try not to get into such kind of mental delusion. We should be always aware of what I am capable of, what is correct for me. I want to do it, I will do it. That should be strong in us. Then next one is Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshyase mahim tasmad uttishta O kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayah. O kaunteya Kuntiputra, Hato va prapsyasi swargam. If at all you are killed in this war field, you will win the heaven. You will go as a Veera. Swargam prapsyasi. For a Kshatriya, dying in the war field is the most auspicious thing. And he is sure to go upward towards heaven. If not, jitva va bhokshyase mahim. And if you win, you will have the whole kingdom to enjoy. Tasmat uttishta. So you get up Yuddhaya kritanishchayah. Do the determination to wage this war. Don't have second thought. So he's telling so clearly. It is so positive, highly positive. This verse, however you do, it is win-win situation, isn't it? If you die, you are going to the heaven. Even if you win in this war, you will have the kingdom. When it is win-win situation, what is making you to sit like this? Get up. It's telling. I remember one person, Ananta Lakshmi. She is a Sanskrit scholar and she had so many followers and she had come to Toronto. So when there were not many people in the hall yet, she said, if too many people come and listen to me, it is Anandam. So many people are there. If none of them come, even if one person is sitting in front of me, Mahanandam, it is the utmost happiness because I can correlate so closely, intimately, and I can talk to that person and make him understand. So, very few get this win-win situation in life. Understanding that we should not lose that chance. And here Arjuna has got that situation. And in how many ways he is telling to Krishna, Arjuna, he's talking about Atma, that he's not understanding. Then he's talking about Swadharma, he's not understanding. Then he's talking about Kuladharma. For that also, like a stubborn ignorant, he's sitting, rejecting everything. So now Krishna is so openly telling him, if not for your own sake, if you have not understood from within yourself, at least realize the people around you will talk ill about you. Come out of it. We also see it in our life. We tell children, you study well, it is good for you. You can have a good career and you can come up in life. The person doesn't listen. Then the parents say, at least for my sake, please study. So it actually happened to me also. My mother was not very happy that she could not study herself Sanskrit in Varanasi. In her period, who would allow a woman to go and study in such a faraway place? So she used to pester her children, please, at least one of you take up Sanskrit and study. But none of us paid any attention to her. When I wanted to go to Kalakshetra, she was hesitant to send me to take up this as my career. But somehow I was able to convince her. And she said yes. Because she made me happy, I wanted to make her happy by studying Sanskrit. But if I look back now, who is the benefactor of studying that Sanskrit? It is me only, isn't it? My mother would have felt happy about it, but The knowledge of that Sanskrit, it is staying in whom? It is in me, not in my mother. But because I did it for her sake, I am enjoying the fruit of it. In the same way, if Arjuna had listened to Krishna, he would have had the benefit for his own self, but he is not ready yet. And another thing also happened in Manasarovara. On the very first day, I took a dip in Manasarovara and I had very good spiritual experiences. So I was totally satisfied. And the second day, by chance, Ko-Yatri, she came and asked, "Are you taking dip today also in Manasarovara?" Then I said, "No, I already had yesterday. I'm not planning to take a dip today." Then she said, "Yesterday you did it for yourself. Today you do it for your family people." I said, "Yes, okay." And when I took a dip, I had all the more experiences in that Manasarovara, the second dip. Why? Because I listened to that Ko-Yatri who cajoled me to take dip today also. So, what I want to say is we should not lose the chance. Mind might be saying no, but give a try. Say yes and go forward. So, Krishna is helping Arjuna in so many ways. Sukha dhukke same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Again, he's bringing in that papa, incurring papa, sin. What is it? Sukha dhukke same kritva. By taking, by experiencing sukha and dukkha, labha, alabha, jaya, ajaya, all are opposites. Happiness and distress, sukha, dukkha. Labha, gain, and alabha, loss. Jaya, victory, and ajaya, defeat. By taking them equally, tato yuddhaya, yujyasva, engage yourself in that war. In that case, you will never incur sin. That means he has already motivated Arjuna from the mundane level. Now he wants to take him to the higher level by telling, you are looking forward for the results of this yuddha. What will happen to those people, enemy side? What will happen to us? By this thinking of the result, not even getting into the action, you are losing your mind, time, everything. Put the effort first towards what should be done. It is dharma yuddha. Dharma has to be established and adharma has to be destroyed. So get into this dharma yuddha first by seeing all these opposites, dualities with equanimity. Then you will not get into acquiring or incurring papa. So Why is he saying so much of Papa, Papa? Because Arjuna has already told so many things about if I kill them, we will be incurring the sin. If we destroy the Kula Dharma, we will be incurring the sin. In the first chapter, he has told so many times, Papa. So he has the fear of incurring Papa. Krishna is taking that itself as the base to make him understand. Listen, one can incur Papa only when you are hanging on to your own self as the motive. I don't want to have Papa. Because I don't want to have the Papa. I don't want to incur the Papa. You are not getting into the war. So, this Papa comes when I'm attaching myself to that false I notion and I'm seeing myself as an individual and rest of the world is different from me, then that attachment, assertiveness, duality, happy and sorrow, jaya, ajaya, labha, alabha comes into picture. But if you have the macro view of what is happening, you will never be bothering about your own self, whether you are accruing papa or punya, will not come to you at all without attachment to that. Just do your work. Then you will not have any papa. There should not be any selfish motive. I will give you another example. When we are seeing a person recklessly beating the other person, and we know this person is trying to loot the other person. But this person, I know him, and he happens to be my acquaintance. Yet he is doing the mistake of hitting him so hard that he might be dying on the spot. What should be my reaction to that? What should be not reaction? What should be my response to what I'm seeing? I should go and stop him. If I don't have that strength in me, at least I should go and inform the police. Instead of that, if I just move away, saying, Ayo, I don't want to get involved in this. I know that person who is really hitting hard. I know he shouldn't have done it, but he's doing it. Let me not get involved in it. And turn away the face and go away. What is it? It is my attachment with a self motive that I should not get any bad name with that person, or I will be in trouble. I will be in trouble. So I am taking the action of turning away my face. Certainly I will be incurring papa, sin. Knowingly I am allowing that person to die, not putting an end to this person. But if I didn't have any of that, I will be in trouble. if I hadn't thought about that, certainly I will take the action of stopping that person in hitting, or I will straight away go to the police and inform that this person is doing like this. Come at once. But turning away, showing indifference is not correct. Showing indifference, I will be incurring papa. That is what Arjuna is doing here. So, if at all we get into such situations, we should be responsible human being to act responsibly and take action, not turning away the face. So that's what I learned from this shloka. एषा ते अभिहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि एषा ते अभिहिता. Until now you have been explained, you have been told what Sankhya Buddhi Yoga. That is, I have given you the analytical knowledge about soul in yoga of intellect, which you have to internalize, contemplate on it. Meditatively, you will get to know what that soul is, what the body is. To Imam Shun. Now you listen to Buddhya Yukto, by understanding, by uniting with that good understanding, with that knowledge. Yaya Partha Karma Bandham Prahasyasi. You will be released from the bondage of karma. That means what? Krishna has already given him the Sankhya Yoga. That Sankhya Yoga is complete analytical knowledge by which the true nature of absolute is conceived, comprehended, understood. Till now he has told about that. But Arjuna is not yet ready. His mind is still stirred up. So now he is going to the another way of giving him the knowledge, another way of making him understand another part. What is it? It is Karma Yoga. What is it? A technique of living the Vedantic philosophy through actions. That is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is not just doing the actions, but understanding with discrimination and get into the action. So through action itself, one will be leading, living Vedantic life. Vedantic philosophy is followed in and through action. That is Karma Yoga. So he wants to tell it in detail from the next shlokas. Om Bhagavate Vasudeva Om Geetarjanam